Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing absolutely fantastic, and today, as usual, we're going to continue the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. It's going to be the 62nd part of the second book, so let's get started. Then I changed the entire thrust of my speech and turned to a reproach of Capius' flight and a lament over the destruction of his army. Thus, my speech reopened the wounds of those who grieved for their own relatives, and at the same time recalled the hearts of the Equites, who were the jurors in the case, to a fresh hatred for Quintus Capio, to whom they were already hostile on account of the question of the courts. When I sensed that I had gained control of the trial and of my defense, inasmuch as I had secured the goodwill of the people, whose prerogative I had defended, even when it involved sedition, and inasmuch as I had won over the hearts of the jurors entirely to my side, owing partly to the disaster that had befallen the community, partly to the grief and longing for their relatives, and partly to their hatred for Capius personally. At that point, I began to combine the vehement and fierce kind of speech with that other kind based on gentleness and mildness, which I discussed earlier. I was fighting, I said, on behalf of my comrade, who by ancestral tradition ought to be like a son to me, as well as for practically my entire reputation and fortune, and nothing could be more disgraceful to my good name, no grief could be more bitter for me, than that I, who was considered often to have been the salvation even of fellow citizens whom I didn't know at all, than that I should prove unable to come to the aid of my comrade. I asked the jurors to consider my age, my public offices, and my accomplishments, and if they saw me affected by a just and loyal grief, to allow me to offer such aid, especially when they realized that whenever I had begged for anything in other cases, it had always been on behalf of prosecuted friends, never to get anything for myself. Alright, guys, so we've done with another part of this great book, and we're going to continue tomorrow on the next one. So thank you, see you, and bye.